This is Professor Bolt with a short video to acquaint you with the resources available for financial accounting. Whether you're new to online or not, it seems each professor provides different learning tools for students. So in this video, I'd like to share with you some of the information found in your Financial Accounting BADM 211 course online. First, of course, we're going to be using CitLearn as the Citadel's learning platform, but also the textbook. And the textbook is called Cengage. That's the book publisher. Cengage Now is going to be one of the locations for the information we have. So now that you've found the Start Here button, I want to acquaint you with a few of the tools that we're going to have. First, there is a nice area that's talking about how to approach this course, and this is generally going to help you with some of the basic procedures, expectations, the videos available, the pencasts that we have available, and all of the other resources that we have available. You see that we have discussion questions, there's some tips for discussion boards, and also talking about the course management system under Cengage Now. A little bit of information about me. There's also an introductory video found under Start Now. There's a first discussion board that I hope everyone is going to participate in. This is where your class participation grades will come from, and that is the discussion boards. This will be due on May the 16th, and this discussion board will allow you to introduce yourself. Note that I have provided a little bit of extra credit for students that are interested in providing a short video. You can do so with your phone and load it. It's a good way for each of us to get to know one another as we go through this course. Also have a link here, as well as several other places within this course, and that is just where you're going to be able to find the web link to log in to the this summer course. And notice that it shows us that this is Summer 1 online, and the dates of the course, and of course this is where I've logged in, my name, and all of the information about the course. Okay, let's go back, look at information related to the syllabus. So while I'm making this video, I have to be honest, I don't have the syllabus 100% finished. Today is Thursday. This course will start on Monday, but it will be added in the next couple of days. So you'll find your syllabus here. You will also find the same link that I just showed you for homework and exams. There's a PDF user guide that I think will be very helpful so that you can find out how to use Cengage Now in case you have questions. For those that would rather see videos, there's some good video guides here for students. Now, if you have trouble with Cengage Now, and everybody has a little bit of trouble now and then with Cengage Now, you can go to technical support and use this link, because the Citadel and myself, neither one of us are familiar with the Cengage Now, so you have two learning management system platforms that you'll be using throughout this course. Finally, if you have any challenges with CitLearn, there's a help desk that can help you. There's also locations. I think there's a place where you can ask questions that you will find as far as on one of the tabs. Let's see if I can find it over here on the side. Not finding it right off the bat. Let me see. Because sometimes you get a little hiccup here and there with CitLearn that you might need some help. There we go. It's located right here. It's called Help with CitLearn. You can use this, or of course you can call this phone number. And finally, a lot of students want to know, once a quiz has been graded, how can they view it to see what the accurate answers are? Well, this only can occur after the close date. So that's located here, how to view a graded quiz in CitLearn. If you have any questions about how to view graded homework on Cengage Now. That information is going to be found on one of these two locations. All right, let's move forward and look at the syllabus quiz. This is just a short quiz that I want each student to take that will allow you to use your syllabus, but it's meant to enhance students' understanding and use of the information in the syllabus, and so that everyone is familiar with some of the requirements of the course. Because your syllabus is actually your contract meant to help you with guiding you through to be successful within this course. Okay, pencasts. Pencasts are a unique tool that I use where you will see me writing problems on paper, and you will hear my voice. You'll see my pen strokes, and every now and then students have a little bit of difficulty. So here's a video, a docere video, just like this one that you're listening to, that will help you with understanding how to open and how to use the pencasts that are provided. So let's move along then and look at Chapter 1 and see what we've got available to help students to use Chapter 1. First, here's the expectations for Chapter 1. We have both suggested and required, so I'm sure everybody's going to immediately jump towards these required, and that is that you've got homework on Cengage Now, you have discussion questions and quizzes, and both of these are found on CitLearn. Suggested is best practices for studying for this area. So remember that each chapter is going to have homework assigned, every single one. You can refer to your syllabus to see how many are required. The homework can be found in the back of the chapter, but it can also be found whenever you link to the Cengage Now page, and there's guided homework. It's algorithmic, meaning that each student has a different assignment, but guided, meaning that you're giving options as you complete your homework assignments. Discussion questions, under the required areas, each chapter is going to have discussion questions, and I hope that you'll take the time to do a thorough completion of your discussion question, because that's your class participation. Finally, the quizzes. Chapter 1 has 2 quizzes, others just have 1 quiz. These quizzes are meant to give you just a really brief overview of the content and to see whether or not you understand the basics. They're not meant to mimic the exams. The exams will be much more difficult than the quizzes. So let's see what other material we've got available with this chapter. We have 3 narrated PowerPoints for each chapter. These range from 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes less. You need to listen to each one of them. I think it will be helpful if you realize that these 3 narrated PowerPoints are very similar to what would happen in a college classroom if you met that class 3 days a week, or if you met with that class for 3 hours. So listening to these narrated PowerPoints will help with your classroom success. So let's open one. Let's open the first one. Some will send you off to a YouTube website. This one is embedded in CitLearn.
Welcome to Financial Accounting. Chapter 1, Introduction to Accounting. Accountant, someone that does consulting service. Is quantifiable economic activity. Shareholders, the government, could be found at the Boeing appropriate actions in the accounting area, and their character just failed.
Okay, so I've jumped around a little bit. You can see how you can move around a little bit, listen to these things more than one time, which of course is extremely helpful. And as we talked about, there will be 3 videos for each chapter. Just as a reminder, as I'm going through this, Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 are extremely important, as is Chapter 3 and 4. After that, the information seems to be expanding on what you learn in the first 4 chapters, but Chapters 1, 2, 3, and 4 are going to be key. There are 2 quizzes that you can find for Chapter 1. Not every chapter, as we said, is going to have 2 quizzes, but this chapter does, and it seems like both of these have 10 minutes, so you can anticipate 10 question quizzes. Let's see what else we've got in Chapter 1 here. There is a video on how the 3 financial statements work that's done to help your understanding of financial
Let's talk about
statements.
the formulas for the 3 financial statements.
I would say this is a key video for this chapter. Here's a sample problem. I want to open this so that you can see how this works. And when I open it, I'm using Firefox, that's suggested. It comes out so that you can actually fill in this financial statement, and I would suggest you print it out, try it. Then I've provided the answers to this sample financial statement problem. This is more important than I could possibly ever stress, because you'll see this on probably the next 2 exams. So trying this sample financial statement without looking at the answers. So here's the sample, and here's the sample, and these are the answers. Just remember that this is going to be crucial, and this is a very important thing for you to understand. Let's see what else we've got in this Chapter 1. Again, lots of information in Chapter 1, probably more than any other chapter. There are 1, 2, 3 pin casts for you to open and use. Again, there's a tab. We go up here. There is a tab right here on how to open and use pin casts. And finally, in Chapter 1, as is with all chapters, the textbook PowerPoint, which is much, much longer. It's not narrated. The textbook PowerPoint comes with the text. It has 70 or 80 slides. Some students would rather have the unnarrated version, and so for some students this is going to be their go-to for studying. So to summarize, it's up to you what tools you use, what you find the most helpful. The best practices, I think, are found up here. As far as expectations, we've got suggested expectations, but I will hope that you also look at the required expectations, because without those, you know you're not going to be successful in the course. And as we go through, I hope you'll provide any feedback that you can on what helps and what doesn't help, so that I can continue to make this experience, this learning experience, a successful one, a beneficial one, and something that will further advance your education in the world of business and accounting. I look forward to working with you throughout this course. Thank you.